Malaysian police have set up more than 500 roadblocks.
I on duty.
Kena detained by the police again, no? Don't worry, because in this video, I've summed up 5 things you definitely want to know if you are arrested by a police officer in Malaysia. So you know lah, very common. If you look more like Lala Zai, the police somehow, somewhat will suspect and try to stop you one. However, if you look like me, then don't worry lah. I've never been arrested before. So let's go. The first thing that you want to know, you should be informed of the reasons of your arrest. So when you are arrested or stopped by the police have to inform you the reasons why are you arrested. Otherwise, this would actually amount to false imprisonment, which means that you are detained wrongly, which the police may be responsible for. However, there is an exception to this. When you are doing a pretty obvious offense or an act that is clearly against the law, then in that case, they need not inform you of the reasons of your arrest. So the second thing that you want to take note is you do have the right to communicate. So basically, you have the right to communicate with 2 people. Number 1, mainly your relative or your friends. Akong ama kuma kupo, ijong ipo. And your friends, ako and amao. And secondly are your legal practitioners, basically your lawyers lah. Yeah, I know that I seems like, stating the obvious, but guys, remember, sometimes the most obvious things are the things that you need the most in this kind of situation. However, actually there's a catch in this provision, because in the law, the word attempt to communicate is being used, which means that this may lead to an abuse of power by the police. When the police would make only 1 call and may be unable to connect or contact, then the question arises whether or not that would be regarded as sufficient. And the third thing that you want to know is the right to consult with your lawyer. Well, basically the right is conferred by the Federal Constitution or the Perlembagaan Malaysia, which is the highest law in Malaysia. It is also provided by the law that every arrested person should be given reasonable time to actually consult with their legal practitioner or their lawyer. So what you need to know, when you are detained by the police cannot question or cannot record anything until you consult your lawyer. But remember this thing, the police will only give your lawyer a reasonable time to actually consult with you. And if the police thinks that you guys are taking too long, they're probably gonna just stop you.
So I'm sorry to cause you such inconvenience.
And I personally see this as a defect in the law, because there is actually no yardstick, there is no measurement as to what amounts to reasonable time. What does the reasonable time means? 1 hour, 2 hours, or even 3 hours? 6 hours? Number 4 is that the conversation between you and your lawyer should not be heard by the police. So now, imagine your lawyer has already arrived at the police station. And then the police will actually provide a facility, a so-called facility, which means that probably they're gonna give you a room or a corner, just somewhere private, to let you discuss or consult with your lawyer without being heard by them. So next time, if the police comes to you when you are talking or when you are consulting with your lawyer, you can actually say, No lah, just kidding. Speak properly, tell properly, janganlah bergaduh-gaduh, bincang baik-baik. Bulat air kerana manusia, bukan. Bulat air kerana pembentong, bulat manusia kerana muafakat. Number 5 is that you are required to brought before a magistrate court within 24 hours of your arrest or your detention. So from the time of your arrest, the police must bring you to see a magistrate, a judge lah basically, a judge at the magistrate court within 24 hours. However, if the police know, I cannot complete the investigation within 24 hours, the time is just too short, I cannot get enough evidence, I cannot go to the crime scene or whatsoever, then they must bring you to the court and apply for something called the remand order. The remand order is an order which enables the police to actually remand or detain you for more than 24 hours, beyond 24 hours, if they have reasons to believe that you indeed have done something wrong, but they just need more time to complete the investigation. So actually the remand period based on how severe the offense is lah. If you have done something very serious, then the remand period will be longer. If you did something very light, perkara remeh, you know, probably just a day or two, or just within the 24 hours itself. However, there's a limit, a maximum of 14 days of remand or detention or further detention. So guys, there you go. Some basic knowledge that you might want to know if you are arrested by the police in Malaysia. But don't worry guys, if in any occasion at all, if you are arrested by the police or detained by them, don't worry, just cooperate with them. Call the relevant people like your parents or lawyers or your friends who knows something at least. Don't try to retaliate or use force or offensive languages or actions, because that's gonna put you in a very bad position. So if you benefit from this video, I would really appreciate if you could just share it around, give me a thumbs up, and also subscribe to my channel. And that will definitely give me a huge motivation to actually keep on making videos and keep on moving forward. So see you then.